That's the right microphone. I just turned on the wrong one. Right. Let's turn down the music a little bit. It's a little bit loud on my ears. Right. Hope you can see and hear me. The camera looks a little bit bright in my face. Let's see if we can change that. No. Less. Yeah. I have a face again. Ooh. Yeah. That looks much better. A little less saturated. And let's see. Oh. Okay, that looks horrible. Let's just leave it like this. Okay. I think we're good to go. I don't know why the camera turned so bright all of a sudden, because when I checked everything earlier, it was okay. Imagine that. Hi Jack, how you doing? Welcome. I'm glad you can join. Now let's see. Oh, my cable got stuck. Right. See, kind of forgot how to stream. Right. So how are you doing? What's new out there in the world of what we call England? Whoops. Don't want the outline. Yes, this is what I want to do. Wait, let's get rid of this for now too. In the middle of lunch. Well, I hope you enjoy your lunch. What are you having? And I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, seems about right. Okay. Sandwiches with crisps. That sounds nice. I haven't had crisps in a long time. Actually, don't remember how long it's been. What are people doing out there? Whoa. So I was today years old when I found out that there actually are people out there who think that Mr. Rogers was evil for making children grow up with a sense of self-entitlement. I just feel like there are so many evil things in the world that, you know, Mr. Rogers can't possibly be one of them. But hey, I mean, sure. I'm pretty sure he was a really evil guy. Like with proper villain type, you know, with a lair and everything. You can tell by the cardigans that he used to wear. Yes, do tell me about your thoughts about this one. I'm really curious what other people think of it. Especially, you know, consider thinking that a certain sense of self-entitlement is an evil thing to have. You know, it's like how dare children think they deserve anything? I know, right? I mean, he taught children to be decent to other people, no matter where they come from or how they look, or, you know, so much evil. He was so evil that he... I don't know, I can't be serious about this. It's like that one story with him feeding the goldfish, and saying it out loud, just so the blind girl would know. That's the kind of evil person that he is. Feeding the goldfish, definitely evil. I mean, it's a very villain thing to do, right? Every villain has a pet. I'm just imagining him turning around from feeding his goldfish, like all dramatically, and being like, I expected you, Mr. Bond. Would you care for a cup of tea? I can't even speak anymore. And then you will put the milk in the tea first, and that's how you know he's a villain. Music's very dramatic too right now. So, what's the plan for today? Are you going to stream today as well? Yeah, exactly. The glowing red eyes. Well, we're already tired. The day hasn't even begun yet. Like, seriously, for me, the day is just getting started. Not today. What do we say to the god of stream? Not today. You're gonna nap at some point. That sounds good. Napping sounds good. Ah, you've already been out. Well, especially then you deserve the nap. I've been out today as well. I went to the bakery just to be disappointed by their lack of bread rolls. But I ended up buying regular bread and a pretzel. What's going on out there? I don't know if you can hear that, but there's some really weird noises from outside. A blood test and your injection. Oh, that does sound like fun indeed. Not. It's a little bit too much. Well, at least you're done with it for now. That's something. You can just sleep for the rest of the day. Yeah, I bet it does. What's up with me yawning now? I wasn't yawning before the stream started. My yawning is making you yawn. Oh man, I just realized what I forgot. It's tea time and I have no tea. It's streameritis. Yes, clearly. You hit the go live button and instantly knackered. Yeah, pretty much. That is pretty much how it goes. You heard the water pouring, very ASMR. Yeah. I was thinking of doing like ASMR art streams. Like I could just whisper into the microphone the entire time that I'm drawing. Or I could just record myself like drawing with a pencil, because that's a very nice ASMR-y noise too. But lazy. Okay, how do I continue with these? Oops. Wow, that's some royal sounding music. You know, that's what the orchestra plays each time I come home to my castle. My private castle. In case you were wondering, that's from the official music library of YouTube. And you can pick a playlist by genre, and I picked classical, so that's the classical playlist. It's very interesting. Like very interesting mix of different types. Of like music. To be fair, classical isn't always relaxing. I know. But I went through several playlists, including their chill something, relax, whatever. I already forgot the word. they used. But it wasn't really the type of music I was looking for, so I clicked through several playlists and ended up with the classical one because what I heard there was closest to what I wanted to listen to. This song's really funny though. I like. Kind of reminds me of Tom and Jerry. Oh man, I used to be able to play that song from Tom and Jerry, like the theme song that played at the beginning, the piano song. I forgot what it's called. You know. That was a fun song. This one's so funny. Ah, this is my other welcome home at your castle music. Got to have welcome music. I know, right? I mean, don't you find it boring? The idea to come home with nobody there greeting you and playing music for you? I need my orchestra. Yeah, I mean, why would you have a castle and then just, you know, live there alone with no musicians and servants? That's ridiculous. I don't know how normal people do that. Do normal people live alone in their castles? It just reminded me of a video I watched a few weeks ago, I guess. Lately I enjoy watching GameStar, which is a channel that basically, you know, has news about the gaming industry and, you know, shows new games every month. They do like this month coming up video, and every week they have a this week's free games video, etc, etc. So a few weeks ago they had... Is the playlist over already? That's disappointing. They had this video because everybody was working from home. So the one moderator was, I know it's just YouTube asking me if it should continue. Yes, of course. So he was working from home. He was like doing the moderation from his, I don't know, living room or bedroom. So he used a green screen behind him, and then he acted like he was walking in and out of, you know, the rooms in his home. He was like, oh, I'm going to the library now, and I'm going to the garage now, so let's continue our talk there, etc., etc. And then they just put in pictures from huge luxurious castles in the background, like the huge library he was in, and his luxurious garage with like fancy cars and stuff. And he was all like, hi, you know, welcome to my home, and acting as if he was living in this fancy place that totally was not thrown together from stock pictures of several different castles and places. And it doesn't really sound that funny when you explain it, but at the time when I watched it, I actually enjoyed it a lot. I found it was very funny. Especially because it was so badly done. Because when he was walking out of the room, he was like acting as if he was walking anywhere, like really badly and stuff. So it made it extra fun. But that's what I just had to think of. Maybe I should get me a green screen too and just use random backgrounds behind myself. Or my actual castle. Because this is, you know, this is actually not my bedroom. I only use this to seem more relatable to you peasants. I need a new chair before I look at the green screen. Yes, I need a new chair as well, because mine is falling apart. It's not looking good right now. Like it has this, it's obviously it's not real leather, it's artificial leather, and here it looks good because I never actually use this. I always sit up here, so I barely lean back. But the place where I sit, everything's coming off. I have fake leather like scattered all across my apartment. Yours was nicked from the college because it had a broken sign on it. That's smart. I mean, it's good that you were able to take it. Oh. Where I worked, they used to do that too, so when they sorted out old office furniture, they would let you take some. And, you know, depending on how well it was condition-wise, you would have to pay even, because if it was as good as new, they no way would give it to you for free. But they stopped doing even that at some point. For some reason, and they rather threw the stuff away and giving it away to people who might need it at home, or, you know. Strong leather kitchen witch vibes here. Kitchen witch vibes. That's difficult. I would also like new earphones because I hate those. They're terrible. They're really uncomfortable. Oops. That's not what I wanted. It's a bit of a mouthful to say quickly. Yep. Kitchen witch vibes. Kitchen witch vibes. The switching from the witch to vibes is difficult for me. Kitchen witch vibes. It kind of makes me want to say vibes instead of vibes. And I gotta be honest, I hate when people do that. Like, especially, I don't know about other countries, but especially in Germany, German people who speak English will do that. They will pronounce the V like a W. And I always feel like, a little bit when I hear that, because it sounds so wrong and because that's not how you pronounce it. It makes me cringe a little inside. Although that does make me wonder if you can cringe on the outside as well. There's no V in the German alphabet. There's no W. There is a W, but the W sound is not in the German alphabet. We do have a V. We have the same letters as you guys. We even have more letters than you guys. Thinking about it. But the sound that you make in English when you have a word with W, that is not in our language. So people tend to think that's just how you pronounce everything in English. You just make it sound like having a hot potato in your mouth, like all the time. That's a really nice song. I like that. In streamer news, the Midnight is not pushing copyright claims on Twitch. What's the Midnight? I mean, that's awesome they're not doing it, but I have no idea who that is. A retro wave band. I've never heard of them. But that's cool, I guess. The thing is it really the bands pushing any claims? Or is it more like on YouTube where you have an algorithm that looks for stuff? Because, I mean, it's kind of funny how people are complaining about it when YouTube has been doing it for like basically ever. And anybody who streams and records on both platforms already had to pay attention to that, otherwise they could not make any money off it. So, I don't know. I think it would probably be wiser to discuss a new way to pay artists for their work, or if you use their work to recompensate them, rather than complaining about yeah, I know, I heard about that, but that's not really the musician's fault, is it? It's a stupid system. It's ridiculous that that Twitches have to go through like thousands of clips now and delete them basically because they can't just, erase them all at once apparently for some reason, which is something, I'd be, why Twitch? But besides that, as I said, it's the system really, and it's nice that one band says, you know what, we don't care, you can use our music. But that shouldn't be like the rule, because I understand that people want to be recompensated for the work they do. I would like to be recompensated for the work I do. And when I say, any Twitch streamer can just use my music as long as they credit me, then that's my decision, but I should not expect anybody else to be like that. And any Twitch streamer should have been aware of that beforehand. Maybe. That's just my opinion. It was technically nothing new. And, yeah, the thing is, I don't really see anything get done about it. Everybody's complaining how they have to delete their clips now, but nobody's, like, or maybe someone is, but not that I know of, like, working on a new type of system that works for everyone, because let's be honest, the old-fashioned way of you have to pay to listen to my music, like every time, everywhere, on each platform, and you have to basically acquire license fees every time, is a little bit old-fashioned, and maybe there should be a better way to do that. And maybe that's something that people could work on together. How interesting would it be to even consider working on that together with Twitch? Because the thing is, ultimately, while I get that people are annoyed with Twitch right now, it's also not like really up to them. It's not really their decision either. It's the same trouble as with YouTube back when YouTube had these problems. I'm honestly surprised that it worked so well for such a long time on Twitch to just use somebody's music. I mean, your video might end up being muted, but that doesn't really keep you in the moment. It doesn't keep you from earning any money with the stream that has the music running. So I'm surprised they didn't do anything about it earlier, because I'm pretty sure that they had somebody being very annoying about it. Like watching them being like, Twitch, you can't do this. The question is, how does that translate to in-game music? Like how does that work? Can you just not make any clips of streams that have in-game music, or... Just imagine playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and being like, sorry guys, can't make any clips of that. Ah, I know that one. Good German music. Sorry. This is much boring work, what I'm doing right now. It's not very exciting. That's silly. You only know the song because of the beer song. What beer song? It's a classic over here. It's actually from an opera. Some games have the option to mute licensed audio. Yeah, some games do. True. But I've already seen the question come up online, what about like stuff like Twitch Sings, or, you know, any music game really, like karaoke kind of stuff. What do you do with that? Can you just not do it anymore? Because that, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why we should look for a better system to deal with copyright. Okay, Twitch Sings is fine. What about stuff like Guitar Hero? Or is that sort of included, or how does that work? Yeah, Guitar Hero and Beat Saber might be affected. See, that's... I think that's kind of silly, because first of all, nobody who ends up with their song in Guitar Hero has to whine about not earning enough with their music. So I don't know. There should be some sort of regulation there that has some... I don't know. I have no good idea how to deal with that. I'd say have the platform pay like a one-time or maybe an annual fee for these kind of things, and then have anybody, you know, play stuff like Guitar Hero. The thing is, you can even see the names of the songs and artists, so it's not like you're using their work for your own. You're not selling it as your own or something. Yeah, I don't know. Just forget to switch back. You got copyright claim warnings when you use the Monster Cat music player that you paid for. Yeah, thing is it really anyone like looking at your streams? Because I'm pretty sure it's just an AI going through the streams that are up online to watch, and then they register music in the background and they're like, that sounds like Beyonce, I don't know. So yeah, but how does it know that you're using that player? It just recognizes the music, right? I don't know how that works. Yeah, but that doesn't really answer my question. Like, how does the AI detect what player you used? Like, how does that work? Is that, like, embedded in Twitch, or... Or is the music that's played specific to the player, or I don't know. I have no idea what Monster Cat is, to be honest. No idea. Yeah, well, me neither. I just have, yeah, it was through Streamlabs. I have no idea how it works, and maybe it just can't detect it or something. Or I wouldn't know how this is solved technically. So maybe they just fucked up. It's always a possibility, right? I have no idea how any of this works. Moving away from Streamlabs. Why? If I may ask. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's everything seems to be something you gotta pay for. I don't actually know what kind of stuff they offer, to be honest. What I notice is with all the bots and stuff that this is all behind a paywall. Basically. But anything that's like, for me, a basic thing. It's all in there. So, but I get the frustration, like when you want to do something maybe a little bit more elaborate, and then you can't because you always have to pay for it. That's really annoying. What? I fucked that up. Are there any good alternatives to Streamlabs? Because I don't know. They basically... Didn't they end up buying, like, basically everything? So... Xbox Live. I never had Xbox Live. Want to play online with your friends? Pay us. Yeah, that always struck me as really weird. Like, why would you offer a service like that? That just basically sends anyone back to PC gaming, doesn't it? Like, why would anyone pay to play online with their friends? How does... Who even came up with that? Who is like, let's do this. That's a great idea. We can make money off that. I also never understood the people who actually went for it. Like, I know a guy who's basically all Xbox. He doesn't play on anything else. And I'm just like, why would you pay for essential features like that? Ah, so Logitech ended up buying Streamlabs. Okay, I didn't know that. Interesting. That makes sense, though. I mean, they're basically the only ones who still make webcams, right? Aren't they the only ones who actually offer a 4K webcam? Is there any other 4K webcam? There should be, right? You'd think. Logitech. Logitech? Logitech. Go Extreme. That's not a webcam, that's like a GoPro or something like that. Action cam, yeah. Cam Link, that's software. Their products weren't expensive enough. They've exploded, like the prices for their products. They exploded. They weren't always that expensive. I remember I think I've always had a Logitech webcam. Mostly because they're good and reliable. No, that's 1080p. 1080. Stream Deck. 1080. 4K action cam. It looks like the only 4K like small cameras that you can get and plug into your PC are not actually, unless you go for Logitech, are not actually webcams, they're action cams. So that's interesting. So yes, it seems like Logitech is the only company who offers you a 4K webcam for the very low price of above 200 euros. My webcam has never had any trouble, and I still have a second one like my old one. I still have that. I just don't use it here anymore because I bought a better one, like a 1080p one. My old one is 720. Oh no, that's actually 720. I don't even have a 1080p. I just noticed. But the older one was even worse than 720. Yeah, they both still work just fine. I just don't use the other one for my streams anymore. So that's not really the problem there, but I still think that their prices are way too high. I mean, their products used to be a lot cheaper, like way more affordable, which was one of the main reasons I started buying them, actually, as far as I remember. I guess they figured out that they can make money with their stuff. That's ridiculous, right? Your cam glitched out because it was in the middle of summer at 30 plus degrees and you were streaming. Yeah, I think maybe that's like their weak point. But then anybody would glitch out in summer at 30 plus degrees, right? People have been buying them for work. Yeah, if you have that many corporate clients who don't really look at the money that much, I'm sure you can give less of a crap about the people who don't really have the money for it, because there's still enough people for work calls and such during lockdown. Yeah, especially now. I mean, they've been getting more expensive over the last few years, I think, but especially now they're like, all the money's coming in and the companies aren't looking at it. They are like, we just want a decent webcam, so they just buy Logitech. You glitched out at 20 degrees, so relatable. My webcam glitched out in summer at hot temperatures, #relatable. Oh, yeah. This is just so cool. Yeah, I think that could look nice. Hair. I'm not really in the mood right now for tedious work like that. It's like sometimes I enjoy doing stuff like this, just, drawing lines, not thinking about it, just drawing the lines. And yes, YouTube, please continue. But right now, I would rather do something more creative than that. There's that frame. No, it's... Last time I tried it, didn't work for some reason. Looks nice with the blue. That was a cool song. Yeah. Not going to play around with that anymore now. Very Western, yeah. Sort of Western surf kind of style. I like. Yay, more lines. Why do I always punish myself, like, with drawing that much hair? I should just paint snails or something. They don't have much hair. Unless I give it to them. A furry snail. No, I just realized that I'm drawing on the wrong layer. When did that happen? It already happened up here, but how did I end up there? Who cares? Because art is pain. Yes. Everybody knows that artists have to suffer to create something good. Hours later. Oh well, I'm going to use the bathroom for a bit, so I will be right back. Yep, see you in a minute or two. speaking of art is pain, let's throw on some Beethoven. I love this. And I'm thinking going to take a break from this. I will just save the project. Save. 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 Okay. Everything is saved. Now let's see. I'll move this over. Unfortunately, this means I have to pause the Ninth Symphony. I don't know if I can do this. Well, let's start up Steam first. Until we're done with that, we can still listen to Beethoven. There we go. Pre-purchase now, Destiny 2. How about no? Okay, let's see. Interesting, interesting. All right. I'll have to make this work again. Gaming. Ah, here we go. You're waiting for Hard Space Shipbreaker. That sounds like fun. Hard face? Did I say hard face? Hard Space. Yeah, whatever. Didn't I already put this together? I already put this together, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, can I restore game? Save game 1. Yeah, that looks more like it.
No thanks. Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future look forward to.
He's right, you know.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole?
She lives upstairs from me in the upper block. The door is locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. Tick tack. Within the doubt, the landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been safe that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months, she's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Glassy windows insufficiently. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because of age. Your young lady, she deserves better.
Well, I mean, I once looked at an apartment like that. It was something below 300 euros a month for probably 80 square meters or something like that, like really big. But it was shitty as fuck. There were no heaters in the, like there was one heater. It was in the bathroom, and that's basically it. So all the other rooms in winter would get cold, and you would have to get yourself a heater or something to put in there. And the windows were drafty. The kitchen window even was like leaking, so when it would rain, the rain would just flow in, and I don't know. I was considering it though, because it was really cheap.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes. Sweet, tall, and thin as a broomstick. He kept his closet, but I saw his eye peering from either window.
How did you do it?
Long brown hair.
Well, like Humphrey Bogart.
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
So question, the game is like from the late 90s. What kid would have known back then who Humphrey Bogart is? I don't think I knew. I don't think I found it funny back then.
Is there anything else about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, miss.
Are the flowers for sale?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that.
No?
They are little. Some people are so good at them.
Right. Thanks for telling me. What are the flowers you have?
Then,
What do they signify?
insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about them. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are irises, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat. I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
Yes, tell me my fortune.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I would be selling flowers, right?
Haven't you ever wondered why you would like to believe?
Well, a bit like satellite television. Some of us born with the ability to see. I just happen to be anything before.
Can you really foretell the future?
Golden time will turn this year. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me,
That must be scary.
maybe I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism.
I think it's probably quite good that you can't see your own future. I don't think I would want to know about mine.
Think of this tool.
Is it something identical to you?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
Formidable.
Do you recognize this nose?
No.
What about this?
What can you tell me about this tissue? What can you tell me about this material?
The very expensive piece of cloth.
So,
See you later.
some criminal used a very expensive costume just to kill someone. That's kind of a bit too much.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the line.
Hi. Oh, I'm glad you could make it.
Please, call me George.
Let me go. Take a seat, George. Have you? And what did you do?
I've been exploring the sewers of the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and change out his costume. I guess he didn't hurt. He left the jacket. I got it here this morning.
You have better left than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I know. What happened?
The neighbors have told us to talk this through.
But you're not sending me back.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind this. It just doesn't believe. Only two suspected conspiracy. The police in three different countries have kept very quiet about the murder. The press don't give it at all. They blame them on political, religious, or military minority extremists.
Well, that's just about everyone. Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to say.
How did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera.
Oh, that's cute.
One of my friends was just
Did you live with your father?
yes. My mother went off to send me books. I still do. That's all the darling did. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
So,
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. He was joking and Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
did you learn about photography at college?
No, I couldn't afford the material. He was very fair to do his work. Most of my gear turned to minimalism. It was cheap. I used to go poaching in the park with squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the time I did printing. I used to eat at the table.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh no.
And that, my friends, is why education should be free.
Tell me more about the clown's previous business.
The first was Arnold Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical doctor. He made his money from amphetamines and the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine millions of housewives literally feeding their husbands. The only witness in the case was the Filipino consul. She claimed he was led to his death by his moonlight.
What about the clown's second?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician, he inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say hippos, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to explain to George about my father's involvement with Russia.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. It seems to be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
I mean, yeah. Or both.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those tubes.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of scary, though. Well, I had a job to do.
I like how the sound quality just switches from sentence to sentence.
I found this false news in the sewer.
He was pretty study.
The contents of someone's nose.
Don't be off, George. Il fait de la récit du monde. Masque un costume. C'était costume shop, il regarde sa regarde.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers prior to clown costume.
That thing, George.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't be overly happy if someone just put that on my table. Like, you can show it to me, but with your hands.
When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it and went,
The phrase is thinking over just as he goes to the room and shows it again. You enlarge the name. Look at the sign.
check it. The same materials I found in the store. Oh no.
I mean,
Scar in the
with
shape of a horseshoe.
that scar on his face.
How come you enlarged this swing wrap?
Because I'm not just the guy behind you.
Of course.
I have
Okay, I'll see you later.
I mean, why do you think she would do that? Why else she would do that? Like, Le Café. That's where we are. Yeah, that's where we want to go. La Risée du Monde. All right. Rest well. See you later.
It was an antique phonograph, the kind you have to wind by hand.
Goodbye. You didn't even say hello. Why do I not have a skeleton riding a unicorn? Is there nothing else for me to... Okay.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind. For in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie?
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look at this here. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Yeah, the game is funny. So you have free time, hey? Cool. I forgot what I wanted to say.
Have you heard of a man named Franklin?
I do not recall anyone of them.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown concert.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see our today.
Don't you keep a record of costumes you rent out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check the record. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
impossible. There are too many.
Do you recognize this man?
Oui, monsieur. I sold him some grease paint.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn.
Spare lesson is wrong. Free time. Yeah, you have time to
Does
spare.
this dirty tissue mean anything?
Yeah. I got that.
Let me smell them.
Yogurt time. That sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll have some yogurt when I'm done with the stream.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Do you recognize this man?
Ah, oui, he was here this morning. That is the man to whom I sold the grease paint. I remember the scar on his face. He chose 2 costumes. Bosoms brown and Seamus the Pixie.
Dixie.
Very smart. Clean silk wig and a tattered delight. He Vietnamese name as Monsieur Scar.
Not bad.
What does this tube mean to you?
Nothing, Monsieur.
A shame. Well, that's about it, I guess.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, Monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Well, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
What are you trying to do? Kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to give. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you finish the job.
Yeah, thanks, man. He bought grease paint from the costume shop and rented 2 costumes, Seamus the Pixie and Bozo the Clown. Apparently he called himself Khan on his trail. Why is the music so dramatic? Jesus. Okay. Let's see. You know, the police office is really empty.
What do you want now? Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his right cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes. I believe Khan is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes,
One moment, monsieur.
indeed.
It's Stoba, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Oh, George.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Mr. Stovall. My mind is a well-ordered practice. A metal classification system that the envy of the bibliothèque nationale. No tricks, Matthew, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds improve. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
He was trying to impress me. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
Oh,
I've been taken off the case.
What about the murder, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
really?
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Python.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
Huh.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No. You must forget the business of the crown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Snowbound.
I mean, he's not wrong, you know. You're just a tourist in Paris, so, maybe
So long, Inspector.
you should continue being a tourist in Paris.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy from Mom.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
Taking off his grease paint costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing. Look at those murderous eyes.
Yeah, look at those murderous
Hardly likely to
eyes.
get him convicted.
I found this thing.
What were you doing down there?
Fishing for clues. That's what the clown was.
You still insist you saw a clown, monsieur?
Of course. And this novelty nose proves it.
take more than a plastic proboscis to convince Inspector Rousseau.
You don't want this as evidence.
Certainly not, monsieur.
Do you recognize this dirty tissue?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I found it in the sewer.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it back down.
No way. This could be an important clue.
If you say so, monsieur.
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be much more smooth.
Clearly.
See you later, Sergeant.
Okay. Nico was right. The police are ignoring these murders. Inspector Rousseau refused to even discuss the incident and said he'd been taken off the case. It is beginning to look like a cover-up. Very much so. Then let us go back.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
It's nice that you're watching. Thank you.
The guy in the novel shop.
What do you mean?
A hand washer. You put in your hand and give people electric shocks.
What?
It's a gag. A practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay, so there's nothing else to talk about with her. Why not?
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Did I forget something? Then let's go back to the cafe, maybe?
Set with a huge gate with a smaller access.
Maybe we should phone someone.
Who is it? Mr. Todd? Oh, it's you again. What now?
Ah,
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from me, remember?
Mr. Carr.
Yes. I remember. Yes, he lived up the suit of his hotel. The hotel food. I don't remember. Those stairs. Second room on the right-hand side. Thanks, Topic. That's all I wanted to know. Now I got you.
well done, Todrick. Let's go to the hotel. Luckily, there's only one hotel, Ubu. Ubu. That's a funny name. There's some funny guys in front of it.
Excuse me.
Can you let me in?
Have you seen the guy who arrested the clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
I figured.
Custard fight. Hose right down the pants, and smack! A plank in the kisser.
Yes.
Guys on Clown's House?
No, I ain't.
Mr. Chance, if you quit, you'll catch him in the corner. You happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
Shake my hand. Oh, rats.
Nobody ever wants to shake his hand.
Recognize this tissue? Think carefully now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
ooh.
And time's up, so I'll tell you. You can use tissue with a little dump of best timers number 12.
If you say so.
He's a smart guy.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
Nope.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No. I simply asked if you recognize him.
Okay then. No, I don't.
See you later.
Not if you see me twice.
That makes sense. Okay, they clearly let me in. Oh no. I remember her. Let's have a look.
If the tailor's description is correct, this was the killer's room. The sign on the door read 22. The sign on the door read 22. The door was locked. The door was locked. The sign on the door read 21.
I want some information. Who are you? Please? I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home.
Yep. That is exactly why I'm here.
I'm looking for a man who dresses
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
You say so. Do you know a man named Clintar?
No, monsieur.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
The man who called himself Khan was stalking about you.
Raymond? I told you. I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the skull.
What do you make of this tool?
Darling monsieur, I bet you handle it like a professional.
Yep.
You recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
But we know he's here for sure.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
Do you wish me to dispose of it for you, monsieur?
Hey, no. It could be useful. I'm holding on to it.
That freaking tissue.
As you wish, monsieur. Perhaps you would like a little plastic bag to keep it in?
Nah, it's fine the way it is. Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
A shame.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. There was no one registered under the name of Khan. If the killer was staying here, he'd used a different pseudonym.
Well, I mean, you could just look for the number 22.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. Yes, but I don't want to worry you, but
Oh, yes, right. We saw him in the newspaper.
you know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know a guy called Flamtown? I don't know anybody in Paris. Well,
you ask me about that man? I have seen enough of that to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and pants. They are a pleasure and wear with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make human spring and egg carton
For pants.
for everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Yeah, because everybody in Eastern Europe dresses in strings and curtains and.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this one. Why do you carry a photograph?
I'm a private detective. What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst others.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of the country's government.
I see.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Let's talk to her.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment, I thought. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart.
Oh. I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady George. Commonly
Lady. I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
No, I don't know about that. Even my ancestors are all wrong. I can trace my family back to the Normans. But don't ever consider it. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is a plump beef rolled English steak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Yes.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I need to get away after all.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not, with my husband.
Of course, the husband is not a loved
I'm
one.
sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. That is just a change of scenery. Paris. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the English. Well, the closest I came to romance is being fooled by drunken Russian chefs. I must say I was disappointed with this Oscar ride. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hampshire. That was until last night.
Ooh, what happened last night?
Last night.
I was stricken with scribble. Cupid's arrow had cleft my bosom.
Couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it could be. The intimacy of candlelight. Romantic music tinkling across the room. And then, the strangest laugh. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affection. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Who was the guy who let you on?
His name is Merlin.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Have you come across a man who calls himself
They
Khan?
do?
I'm familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chief.
No, darling.
Kevin? I never heard of him.
I'd be very surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Temple Hempstead. Organizes fundraising for Rotarians. Nothing.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and collars.
Mm.
That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow girl. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked. Shameful. I took him to a gentleman. A man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Well, well.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and said that class chap. Something hard down. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, more than that. A bundle of papers. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and ran it went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling. Positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantel's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. I'm going to search his room.
If I could get in there, I would. Do you know what this is?
Oh, yes. I said with a clown's nose.
That's right.
She's smart, right?
Guys, my ambitious killer.
Ah, Mr. Merlin, the chum.
That's him. Does this tissue mean anything to you?
I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Okay.
Does they mean it, monsieur?
Ah.
Problem.
No problem. Oh,
What do you want?
routine security check. Not one.
Oh,
How does he have an Italian accent?
You bet.
hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Out of Poland.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Right here. We have the authority.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go.
That's just so cliche. So, this guy.
Hey, Shorty, I didn't think much of your trick, little man. I don't know what you're looking for, but you picked up the wrong guy. Maybe you'll spread the word around the sewers. George Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's. Sounded impressive to me, but the weasel doesn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still,
Weird.
I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh, yeah? And what are you going to do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in your blood. Right here. Start thinking twice about it.
Nice. Okay, let's go back inside. Apparently I can't really talk to the guy. But I'll see if I'll get anything any further here.
What now, monsieur?
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is not my responsibility.
That is right in front of your hotel. I mean, what?
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained this year? Did they speak from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either. I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room in
What of it? What do you want?
access.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot let it.
How do you get a license as private investigator? I've always thought that anybody could just be private investigator.
I cannot do that.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests. Well, he has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel. I have no depth to which he will not sink.
Precisely. He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times. With your help, I just might stop him.
But what if he finds out I have evidence? No, I cannot do it.
Shame.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, me, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I can show you my operations scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find any more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identity.
A shame.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Monsieur?
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
It was the register. There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book, room 22, was Merlin.
And he couldn't have seen that before.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression that he had been born.
Okay. I think that's where I will save the game. Successfully saved. And quit. And I'll end the stream here because I'm hungry and I need something to eat. Alright. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sorry we didn't really draw that much today, but it was a little bit tedious. And yeah. So, nah, not really in the mood for that right now. But I hope you enjoyed the gaming as well. And I will see you, well, quite possibly next month. I don't know if I'll do any streams in between. I got pretty busy, so I don't know if I'll have time for it, but I'll let you know. So until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping me company. Stay safe, take care, wash your hands and stay happy. And I'll see you next time. Bye.